Welcome in to the MISL Weekend Preview. My name's Nicholas Murray, very pleased to be joined by Chris Economides. And Chris, three big matchups to look at in this weekend's MISL schedule, starting with a home-and-home series on Friday and Saturday night between the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Rochester Lancers. Now, Syracuse is coming off a win last week against Pennsylvania, Rochester coming off a defeat to the Baltimore Blast. What are you expecting to see in this throughway rivalry?
Well, anytime these two teams are going to meet, it's going to be a fierce competition. So it's, especially being a home and home weekend series, should be a lot of fun to watch. Two evenly matched teams. I think both teams have upgraded themselves from last year. You got a healthy Patrick Hannigan in goal for Rochester. You've got Michelle Millwood now that leads the Syracuse attack. Evenly matched teams. Should be interesting for those first two games this season.
Now, also on Saturday night, we have the renewal of probably the oldest rivalry in American soccer at this point, between the Baltimore Blast and the Milwaukee Wave. Baltimore, last season's champions. Milwaukee, two-time champions prior to that. It should be a classic contest. They split this regular season series 2-2 last season. Are we expecting to see another tight contest between these two?
Absolutely. I'm assuming that Baltimore's raising their banner from last year, which obviously is going to stick a craw into or stick a thing into Milwaukee's craw. But you know what? Two evenly matched teams. They've set the standard from indoor soccer perspective in this country around for 20, 30 years. Two storied franchises. Anytime these two meet, it's always a great game, a great indoor soccer match. I expect nothing less this weekend.
Now, wrapping up Saturday night's action, we get the St. Louis Ambush against the Missouri Comets. Now, St. Louis opens on Friday night against the Pennsylvania Roar, their first outing, but it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle a Comets side that's going to be looking to bounce back after their overtime loss to the Wave last week. What are you expecting to see out of this one?
You know what? That's going to be the renewal of a really good rivalry. I know back in the day, the Comets and the Ambush, the Comets and the St. Louis Storm. So I'm anticipating that there's going to be a lot of fans going back and forth to watch those matches, which would be great for the sport. St. Louis expecting a really good crowd for their franchise opener tonight against the Pennsylvania Roar. They've also expected a really good crowd for the game on Saturday night. Daryl Duran has always done a tremendous job. He's an indoor legend in St. Louis. The Comets, obviously a tough, heartbreaking loss last week to Milwaukee. Be looking to get back on the winning side of things. Should be interesting.
Well, we hope you'll join us for all of the action this weekend on YouTube. But for Chris, my name's Nicholas. Join us again on Monday for a weekend roundup. But until then, bye for now.